Askery.
Skip it up, up, down.
Skip it a bana bana.
Skip it up, up. Oh, you know what? I should probably host you. Twitch still has hosting, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Fucking, I should do that. God damn it.
Like only because like I realized that like oh wait a second that should probably be a thing we do. You can.
No new Garfield Kart album review idea.
Is it YT at the end?
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't look like there's a command for it.
Whore. Horse.
So true.
Did they change it to the stream together thing?
I have no idea.
Maybe. I forgot hosting was a thing entirely.
Yeah, I only remembered because like, well, what happens when you raid somebody? You essentially host them, by having their content on your stream, on your channel.
I
All the
do
way
think
along.
you can like still like raid when no one's there, and then it'll just host anyway. I guess.
Yeah, did they combine the functions? Because I'm looking here. I'm looking in the community, and it has start watch party, raid a channel, manage goals, and stream together. Which removed. Oh, it literally stopped being a thing this time last year.
Oh, it's been gone for a year.
Yeah.
That's it. Rip. Rip
Also, I might need to turn you guys up. Whoa. Whoa.
Wowie zowie.
Alright, that's good.
Wowie zowie.
Yep.
Alright then. I don't particularly want to stream. So, yes. That's stupid. Like, why would they get rid of hosting?
Oh, fuck, I forgot to turn my control on. There we go.
In their defense, though, I did completely forget it existed.
Same.
I mean, I guess
yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, I only remembered because it's like I remember I used to do that when I wanted to promote you guys, like your streams. So I would just host you so that way anyone who goes to my page can go to yours. Because what happens when I raid somebody? So like, does it not do that? Does it not do the same thing as what hosting used to do?
I don't know.
A raid's been created, so let's see. I'm not even live and I'm able to do a raid, so raid now.
Let's make sure my control.
Yeah, there we go.
Yippee! So, there we go.
If I now go to my no.
This video
Never
is
mind.
sponsored by
It
Raid
doesn't work
Shadow
like that.
Legends.
I forgot that was my raid.
Yeah, because I just went to like I went to my channel, and so like if I go back to Twitch and I go to my channel, yeah, no.
Oh, it's just not lighting up for some reason. Hold on.
Oh, I thought.
There we go. Alright, 5 minutes. Let's go to the main screen. Hi everyone.
Okay, I tried for a bit to like fix the goddamn resolution, but I couldn't. I'm still stuck in this low fucking quality ass resolution of Garfield Kart.
Why is it so low res for you?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's just been a thing on the show for a while. A reoccurring thing whenever he opens it now. And we have no idea why.
Yeah, it was just like I had like the game's full screen. I can like put it in a window on Alt Enter. For some reason, one day it just decides to do it in a small window, and I don't know why. And so now, whenever I go full screen in the game, it's like fucking 240p, fucking bullshit, and I just don't know why.
Okay.
Someday I'll find a fix for it, but for now, we got music to talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
We've got albums to Garfield Kart review.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to Garfield Kart album reviews, episode 51.
51, baby. We're past the halfway mark of 100.
That's
which is
so
really funny.
crazy.
So wacky, even.
So wacky, zacky.
So wowie, zowie.
Previously on Garfield Kart, we talked about, we did our first re-review episode, The Golden Casket, our very first episode.
Yeah, because not only is it the 50th episode, it's also the 1-year anniversary of or at least at the time it was almost, but we're now past the 1-year mark of Garfield Carmel reviews.
Yeah, happy first birthday, Garf.
Happy first birthday, Garf Kart album reviews. So yeah, we reviewed the Golden Casket, since obviously with the first episode it's kind of like a rambling mess, but with that one we actually did like express our actual genuine criticisms of the album.
Yeah, we've truly evolved, because that was probably the episode that needed the re-review most anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Like obviously it was the first episode, but yeah, it definitely needed it to be looked at with like our current stances and whatnot.
Yeah, it needs to be updated. It needs to be evolved.
Yeah, it needs to be Halo Combat evolved.
It needs to be not Halo Infinite, you know, like a bad sequel. It needs to be a good sequel.
That's what it is.
So true.
So true. It hurts, but it's true.
Yeah. Anyway, now that we're, but yeah, it was really fun to talk about it again in such a serious light, now that it's not the worst thing ever made.
Yeah, we found way worse from the fucking Tally Hall, Kid Rock, Melanie Martinez.
Yeah, and just realizing it's just like not even that low anymore.
Yeah, though it is still like the worst Modest Mouse album.
Yeah, that's true. It still sucks. It's just not the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
worst album ever.
Especially when, like I said before, like Strangers to Ourselves, I thought it would be mid since people really don't like the album when it comes to Modest Mouse. But I surprisingly enjoyed it. It was actually really good, and I feel like it still falls in line despite some of the songs sounding a little too generic. But there's still that Modest Mouse energy to that album compared to Golden Casket.
Yep, for sure. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but anyways, back to the current episode.
Yeah, we gotta get on to the current episode.
Yeah, boys. Yeah. What I'm here for.
Oh, fuck, that's not the final lap. Today we're talking about, Maybe Man by AJR.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. We've come to, for a while now, me and Martin's wanted a disagreement episode where we just couldn't agree on an album, but our tastes are weirdly similar.
Yeah. Like, for those past 50 episodes, we actually agreed on pretty much everything. Even it only disagreed on like some small aspects, and even
Yep.
just some songs, but not full albums.
And we still haven't.
We still haven't, especially for this one.
Yeah, but we have something else here. We have a disagreement between us and our guest here.
Yeah.
Basically, as a guy, I absolutely love AJR. I've gotten into them pretty recently, and the Maybe Man was definitely a very big highlight for me. In terms of like, it's a new album to a group that I now know that I like. And I just wanted to share that with you two, and it was a little disheartening when you guys were, said you didn't like it so much. But you know what? That's fine. Everyone has their own tastes, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to provide, reasons why I like it, reasons why anyone viewing this may like it, because music's subjective, and you know what? That's fine.
Yeah, we got. Yeah. So now we got the ultimate debate stream on who's objectively right. No, I'm kidding.
Who's correct and who it isn't? Right.
And whoever wins gets the prize in the bottom right corner there, the crown of barbed wire. Yeah, whoever wins this totally serious debate gets the crown of barbed wire.
Oh my god!
I fucking get it. God damn it! Barbed wire. Fucking dog shit music video. Anyways, with AJR, for me, I don't have much of a history for it. I've heard of them a couple of times, and I did listen to one of their songs that was linked by one of my friends, one of me and Josh's friends, Zuzu. It was what was it, Violin Man? No, World's Smallest Violin.
Oh yeah, that one.
I found that incredibly annoying.
Yeah, I mean, it was the TikTok song of 2021, 2022. So
No wonder it was a TikTok song. No wonder why it sounded annoying as fuck. I apologize.
Well, no, I mean, it was a real song. It's just that a lot of people on TikTok started to use it, and that's how it kind of blew up.
I see.
Does that kind of make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually where I got exposed to AJR, through the Maybe Man. Now, I don't use TikTok, but it got so popular that it even made its way onto other platforms such as YouTube, and that's where I kind of picked it up, and I started using having a love for this for this group. Yeah.
I just found it incredibly annoying, but we're now gonna actually, Josh, what is your history of AJR?
Pretty much non-existent. I've heard a snippet from like a YouTube video, and I didn't really like it there. But it was just like a snippet from like a YouTube video, so I wasn't gonna take it to the heart.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, with that out of the way, today we're gonna talk about the most recent album, The Maybe Man.
Yeah.
Yep. For me, like, this album, it's very much so kind of, how do I explain this? It's a album of almost like self-discovery and understanding who you are. Because everyone has those thoughts of like, well, who am I really? Am I just faking it all? And is this who I actually am? Because you can never look at yourself and hear yourself from a different perspective other than someone telling you. And so some people have this self-doubt. And this album kind of extenuates that and brings it to light, especially with the opening songs, themes of what's the word?
Self doubt.
Yeah.
Self doubt. Yeah.
Existentialism. Actually, yeah,
Ex-
existentialism.
yeah, existentialism. Thank you. You know, playing Garfield card and talking about something like this is not my strong suit. I have not learned to multitask like this yet.
Yeah, don't worry, it was a mess when I first did it.
Yeah, it took us a while to get used to it too. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
which is why we had a re-review of the first episode, and we're planning to do some other early episodes.
That's
good. But usually when talking about when reviewing this, we usually go like track by track. But we can also talk about the album cover, which is what we usually do first, and sometimes forget.
Yeah, the
Gotcha,
album
gotcha.
cover.
Yeah, which honestly it looks pretty nice. It's a pretty
Yeah,
nice
no,
album cover.
it's definitely like the idea that I'm getting from this album cover is that of like he's holding on for dear life. He's kind of understanding what's happening almost, and he just doesn't want to let go. He doesn't want to screw anything up, and you know, it makes sense to me in that way. Yeah. You know, he's upside down. He's not right side up, and he's just holding on to the what is that? The Brooklyn Bridge. He's just holding on to a bridge.
Yeah, he's holding onto a pretty large bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, it's very much a thing where you can kind of see where the inspirations are coming from, holding on to whatever you have, and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that with what you're saying. Yeah, with like especially when you mentioned like the themes of self-discovery and existentialism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Pretty good album cover overall.
Yippee!
Oh yeah, we move on, and then we move on to the first song, which is the title track, "Maybe Man."
Maybe, man.
Man. I'm gonna let you talk about it, Frank, and then we'll go on with our thoughts.
Okay, so the Baby Man basically discusses, I think the what is it? The lead singer's name is Alex. If I'm wrong, correct me, but I'm pretty sure that his name is Alex, and it's basically a song about him just coming to terms with like who he is and what his ideas of himself are. There's a whole line in there discussing about how he's just. I'm sorry,
No, you're good. You're good.
yeah, I'm drawing a blank. You know, it would have helped if I actually reviewed some of these songs right before stream, because we had a listening session last night about this. So,
Lol.
yeah, it's basically just him discussing on like who he is and what he's looking for, in of himself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very, very much so a thing like that. Yeah. I'll come up with more things to say once, like between rounds, because again, playing this and talking about this are two different things.
I didn't even know that's like hard to do. Now that we've done this like a couple. Now that me and Josh done this like 50 times. I was like,
For sure,
that's hard to do.
It is, because you're trying to come up with things to say while kind of focusing on the game a little bit.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
But yeah,
well, it's just no, we're just playing it. We're just like background noise, basically, for us.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Anyways, with this song for me, I just don't have any strong emotion with this one. But also, it's like I don't. It's like I'm leaning towards the fact that I don't like it, but I do see why others like it.
Yeah.
I get the themes of existentialism and stuff. I get what the lyrics are going for, but I feel like a part of why I don't like it is just the repetition. I get why that's there. You know, when running your thoughts of existentialism, that gets repetitive. You get that a lot, but the repetition, it gets a little redundant. I feel like it could have been shorter. Could have been like at least like 2 or 3 verses shorter, but that's just me. The instrumental is fine. The melody is fine. The rhythm is fine. It's just like I said, I don't have many strong emotions with this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
I have to agree there. There's me and Martin are gonna be parroting each other here a little bit even more than normal because we have like pretty similar thoughts on this one.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's the usual.
Yeah. It's the usual, you know what to expect on the show. uh, yeah, I know, I think it's just I just think it's not for me here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's perfectly fine. Um, I even just pulled up the music to play in the background for me, just so like I can refresh my thoughts.
Oh lol.
Yeah, because again, I have to playing the game and playing the game is quite hard when you're trying to talk, and vice versa. So yeah, so okay, I'm getting to the verse about it, and yeah, so it's just um it's just Alex trying to figure out his place in this world, um and uh yesterday, Martin, you mentioned how, like, the lyrics are a bit cheesy, and yeah, they are, you know
Yeah.
um now, did you get that feeling with the Maybe Man? I forget if you did.
No, not with the main man specifically, but it's just it was like a slow progression of it was like a slow realization
I see.
over the course of the album. Just like, these things are okay, but I can get behind them sort of. And then as it goes on, again, I'm just like, okay, so a
Yeah.
very quirky white man.
Yeah, no, it's very much a thing where, like, AJR is kind of known for their um how do I explain this? They're quirky and very strange lyrics, but all their lyrics tell a story mostly. You know,
Mhm.
you never really have an AJR song that doesn't tell a story along with it.
Right.
Um, and so, with the story of the Maybe Man, it sets up the entirety um of the album
Right.
with the themes of existentialism and just self-reflection. Well, you'll see with more songs, as we continue, it will become more apparent. And obviously, I don't need to tell you this, but you understand where I'm coming from here. Um,
Yeah.
it's it's very much a thing where you have that.
Right.
But yeah, this song also has a music video.
Oh yes, the music video to discuss. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in this very not necessarily claymation, but almost like a animated painter kind of style. I personally think it looks really nice. And we see there's a scene where we actually see the location for one of their old album covers. And I thought that was really nice. It's the cover for the album OK Orchestra. Now I didn't catch if there were any other album cover references. But just by showing that, you can kind of understand he's trying to figure out where he is in his life.
Mhm.
Is this really what he wants to do? And obviously he's loving doing this. And I mean, if he didn't love it, he wouldn't be doing it with his brothers, right?
Right.
Right.
Um, and so because of that, you kind of understand that's a most definitely a part of the self reflection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that. As much as I don't like the song, I do kind of like the music video. It is well animated, and
Yeah.
I do see the references to Album Tribe, and yeah, it does connect pretty well with the actual song itself. So yeah, I'll give it credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we move on to the next one, which is Touchy Feel Fool. Let's flip them around and say our thoughts first, and then you can go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, of course. That
Like we
works
can
for me.
just it's just flip flop between each song. I feel that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm all for that.
Oh yeah, Touchy Feel Fool. This one, at least how I interpret it, is just a feeling of pretty much being a hopeless romantic. You know, hoping that things will get better in a relationship, but it just but it just can't. And yeah, despite that though, I still have no strong emotion with this one. This one, I feel like I'll dislike it a bit more than maybe because of that royalty free sounding as and energetic tone to it. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that.
And that's perfectly understandable. Yeah, AJR is a genre of indie pop, and I personally love indie music as a whole. So for me, it's very much right up my alley, and especially with indie pop. Like I love pop, so this is definitely a treat for me. Um,
Mhm.
and one could argue that Touchy Feely Fool is he doesn't want life to go much differently, but he doesn't like want to change much. He very much enjoys where it is, but at the same time he understands like things may have to change. It's not
Mhm.
it's not really a thing where you should be very worried about it. I don't know if that makes any sense. Um,
I
but
get what you're saying.
yeah, the title reminds me of like how do I explain it? Um, like like almost like sensitive skin, like you don't want to be touched. You
Mhm.
don't want to. You want to just leave things the way they are and not worry about them. Um, but no, you have to move on and face reality. Um, and that it's very much a thing where that song kind of accents that portion of the message of self reflection.
I
I
see.
see. Do you have anything else to add, Josh?
I don't know. I just couldn't fully get into it again.
Right. Yeah, no, and the music as a whole, like the pop, it is my genre. Like I definitely vibe with it, and I get not many people vibe with everything that again, vibe is very non colloquial term. It's very much a loose fitting term here, where it
Uh-huh.
doesn't really have any meaning behind it. It's just kind of what my opinion that as raw core. And I'm sorry I can't really put anything else into words that I haven't already. Um, but yeah, that's my idea behind it. I just like how it sounds. I like how the melody goes. I like how the chorus. I feel like AJR's chorus are like really solid every time I hear them. Um,
Mhm.
because usually it's his brothers who are doing the chorus, but as we'll see with the song later on, we hear other people like his friends and his neighbor. They join in on the chorus, and I love their non-orthodox way um of having a chorus and having a songwriting process. It's very unorthodox in that way.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. It just don't for. It's just I don't know, just doesn't connect, doesn't scratch that itch, that funny itch in my brain.
Yeah,
Yeah, same for
I
me.
understand, and um, yeah, it does it for everybody. You know, some people just don't have that. They just don't have that. Whatchamacallit, that opinion. You know, they don't have that part of their brain that needs to be stretched with that kind of music. But their songs definitely are earworms for me. The good ones, at least. You know, some of them can be better. Like I'll listen to a song, I'll like it, but then I won't leave it on if I'm like looking for a specific song, or when I'm like looking in my playlist. I'm like, that's a good song, but I don't really want to listen to that like right now. But then I'll get songs that I'm like, yes, I want to listen to this on repeat. Um, and
I'm
I think
sorry,
Touchy Feely
Garfield
Fool,
Kurt moment.
and I feel like Touchy Feely Fool is definitely one of those types of songs
That's fair.
where
I know
it scratches that part of my brain, as Josh mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, next song is Yes, I'm a Mess. You go first, Frank, and then we'll go.
Right. So I was actually just listening to this song, and so it's pretty fresh in my head. The song is well. First off, the music video is basically like the brothers just trying to figure out what to do for a music video, and they're like, "Oh, we can go to New York and do dress up as uh, dress up as someone and just have a fun time." But if you actually like separate yourself from if you actually separate the music video from the actual song itself and listen to the lyrics, you can understand that like, yes, I'm a mess is like just a thing where he's realizing his life is not necessarily falling apart, but almost about to, or maybe he needs to like do something about it. And it contrasts the music video so well, because the music video is very much masking yourself as this character, while the message could be construed as he's masking himself of his real person, his real feelings, and as we continue with this and continue on with the album, later on, we have a song where it's very much he's challenging this part of himself, bringing it all full circle with the rest of the album and this song in particular.
Nice.
Right.
I had the lyric in my head and then it just left. Hate that.
Lol.
Yeah.
I guess with that, I can say we can say our thoughts on the song. Want to say at the same time, Josh?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
I
don't
didn't
like
care
it.
for it.
It is. Just straight up don't like that one. I just found the beat, the rhythm, and just the vocal flow annoying. In a way, it almost sounds like a preschool song, and I yeah, no, I didn't like it. Like I know like it's about being like this emotional mess and stuff, but in a way, ironically, it kind of sounds like a mess.
Well, the song is "Yes, I'm a Mess."
I know that. I just find it ironic. And
Yeah, no,
it's like a mess, but not in a good way for me. Basically.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah, and as for the music video, all I put in my notes is, "Wow, so quirky." One of the band members just up as Elmo. Ha ha ha. I didn't see anything deep in it. I just thought, "Oh wow, that is so quirky." Wow, he also got stock footage from the NYPD for the when he gets chased. Wow, that's noticeably lower quality than the camera you're using. I found that pretty funny.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's almost like obvious that it's not real footage from them, but at the same time, it works. I guess if that makes sense.
It didn't work for me. I just thought that was stupid.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's not going to actually get himself arrested. At least I
Yeah,
would
get
hope he
himself
wouldn't.
arrested for the music video.
What a G, right?
Yeah.
But no, yeah. You have that, and it's how it is. I can't really fault you guys for having that opinion with with not liking the melody or the vibe of the music. Which, listen, that's understandable. But like I said, it does scratch that part of my brain, just like most of the other songs do as well.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, it doesn't do it for you guys. I guess.
It's fine. It's better than MCR.
Yeah, which we'll probably do a debate stream on that. See you then. But uh, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, it just doesn't scratch that itch. Also, I just want to mention it is kind of funny you mentioned the preschool sounding song thing because now it's 2 albums in a row.
oh yeah, that was 2 albums in a row.
Because
God damn, we have a
we have a what?
we have a pattern, and I don't like it. Another pattern.
Yeah, we just got because in the last time we got the song was like goo goo gaga.
Yeah.
Oh god, that just sounds terrible.
Oh, it is.
I mean,
is
it
when you
doesn't
when you
actually
hear it,
say
it's pretty
goo
bad.
goo gaga, but it sounds like, but it's just like really like stupidly like childish. That sounds like a fucking
Yeah.
Teletubby song.
Yeah, it is like so out of place for Modest Mouse. Super, super out of place. Yeah, overall, I don't like Yes I Miss.
Yes, I'm a mess.
Yes
All
I
right.
Miss. No, I don't like it. I confess.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving on to the next one, I suppose. The dumb song.
The song's so
going with-
stupid.
This song's so stinky stupid. This song is dumb, but for real though. This one obviously is like pretty self-explanatory, like someone who just feels dumb and all that stuff.
Yeah,
why
it's
called the
almost
dumb song.
right. It's almost like nonsensical, in how they put it together.
Yeah,
But when you work on a song for like over a year and a half, as the music video demonstrates, it's interesting. It's interesting where their mind goes with the melodies and the chorus.
right.
And the music video also uses that same vibe, not the vibe, the same art style that the cover song, the Baby Man, uses. It uses the same style, which is definitely a thing that the album is playing with, in that almost painter-like animation. And you know those those songs on YouTube where they just take, or those videos rather, that they take the song and just kind of put lyrics of what's actually happening on screen. That's kind of what's happening in the actual music video itself, where like it's demonstrating the lyrics kind of literally, but at the same time it works for me. At least it does for me. And it's more indie pop. It's more kind of, at least for me, it's earworm material, where it's so easy to listen to. Almost like radio music. Some people may not like that, where a song is like easy to listen to, where it's like on the radio, for that reason. And even for me, it's like I don't like a lot of songs like that, but I don't know. This song by AJR, it just does for me. A lot of them do. They just feel good to listen to. Again, I can't really fault you guys for not getting not having that kind of itch, I guess, in your brains, as you know, Josh mentioned earlier, and I'm gonna keep um, regurgitating because it's such a good description of how a song sounds to somebody, why they like a song, for like, oh, I just like the song. Um, it explains it in such a valid way, um, where you just have that itch in that itch in your brain that you kind of have to scratch, and when you have an earworm, it kind of fulfills that role, almost.
Right. As much as I didn't like the first first three songs. I mean, the dumb song I actually kind of like. This one's actually pretty enjoyable to listen to. It does actually scratch that itch in my has that itch in my head just a bit. And the music video is also kind of nice. I don't see anything deep with it like you do, Frank, but I just saw it as like a nice like behind the scenes one. Like, oh, that's our journey of making the song. Since like we said, the song took a year and a half to make, and yeah, I can see that pretty good,
Yeah,
pretty enjoyable.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just
because you have those portions where it's the actual real life portions, and it's the behind the scenes, and I love that too. I love that we get to see a little bit of that. Um, yeah.
Yippee! Were
yippee.
you gonna ask something, Josh?
No, I just react. I was just about to react because my Garfield Kart thing just went upside down and started spinning out like a fucking top.
Oh my god.
That's really funny. Oh, I did horrible on this track.
But what I do want to say about the actual track, yeah, it is really nice. It's just simply about like, feeling dumb.
Yeah, you get that feeling, and yeah, I do enjoy it for that.
Yeah, it's quite simple, but it's simply nice. Wow,
Wow, you sound.
riveting commentary tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a lot of
Oh no, Martin went
rephrasing what we've
angry.
been saying. Who's
Martin went
angry?
angry.
Someone's.
But yeah, the next one is Inertia.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I forgot whose turn is it first. I think it's Frank's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Inertia. It's just a song that is just you just gotta keep on going with life. You know, you can't really stop. It even if you kind of want to, you can't. It continues to go, and yeah, just like inertia, you know, in science and in physics, you can't
Mm-hmm.
stop it. The only way to stop it is, well, you really can't. And that's part of the idea. Um, it's just life keeps on going, and you gotta have to deal with it. You know.
Right. All right. So for me, at least for me and Josh, this one, at least to me, I think is like basically just the feeling like the singer feeling like there's not much changes, like despite wanting to do bigger and better things, and you can't really do much with this inertia, like you said.
Yeah.
And while I do relate to the song, well, I do get the ideas, I do get the lyrics, I still don't feel any strong emotion with it, at least with its
Yeah.
execution, its music.
Right. You
Same.
you don't have
Same.
that strong connection, even though you are a content creator yourself and you kind of experience the same emotions.
Yes.
You still don't get that sense of familiarity, which is kind of interesting. I'll be honest with you. You know, if anyone would have a connection, it would be you and Josh, and even our other friend Joey, who's he's a content creator. Now he's not here and he hasn't listened to the song, but he may feel the same way as you do, Martin. You know, and possibly Josh too. Um, it's just you're kind of just stagnant.
Yeah.
When you just need to keep on moving.
Yeah, again, I do get that with the song. It's just musically, and again, like I said, music and execution musically, I don't feel any strong. I don't feel anything strong with it.
Mm-hmm. Right. If the same like general idea was played in a different genre, you think you would like it more?
Probably, and it also kind of just depends on the artist. And again, with the
I
execution,
think it's more so just the artist, because I obviously like indie music a lot in the show.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah, you
Right,
know,
and
I have
it's
a
just
lot of
not doing
indie
it for you.
recommendations in here,
Mhm.
as long as it's not Tally Hall, because you know the story behind that. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, and there are artists that do have songs that you may not like, and that's fine. Just like there are artists that you only like for a song. Sometimes there are artists that you like all of them except for one. And obviously, you guys are have been saying this abundantly clear that you're not crazy about this, and that's fine. We all have our own taste in music.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to like it. I wasn't expecting it to dislike it, so my expectations were somewhat met.
Yeah,
same. Yeah, very much a neutral opinion.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I usually just like, with stuff like this, when I don't know what I'm getting into, I just stick at metal expectation.
Yeah,
and I don't want to obviously go with too much of bias, especially on the negative side, because that can damper the experience sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Like, for example, I wasn't expecting to hate Target Hall as much as I do. It was expecting it to be oh, it's probably gonna be mid, but whoops.
And I remember there was the one time we were actively expecting to hate the one Got Ye album, Making Mirrors, and you actually ended up really liking it.
Yeah. That's another good example. Yeah, the Gotai album. I didn't like somebody that I used to know. I thought it was very overplayed, and I got annoyed by it. But when I listened to the full album, I ended up really enjoying it, and I think it's one of my favorite albums. It has a lot of amazing songs. But yeah, it really depends on the artist. With AJR, it's just very, very neutral.
Yeah.
But moving on to the next song, we got Turning Out Part 3.
No way! Part 3 of the song? Where's part 1 and 2?
Well, Josh, at least from what I was told, I think Break can elaborate a lot better. But basically, it's a third part to a series of songs. I think they're all titled "Turning Out."
Yeah, they're all titled "Turning Out." Turning Out. Okay. I believe the first one's just called "Turning Out," and then you have part 2 and now part 3. And it's basically a series of songs just discussing growing up and just understanding what it means to be an adult and move on within the stages of life.
Right.
Now, I'm unsure if parts 3 and 2 covered a different part of your life, or if it's just the same general theme throughout these other songs.
Also, thank you for that sifting CS. I would love I thank you for the promotion of my channel, followers, viewers, bots, chats, etc. Can somebody take care of that because we're in a race?
Oh yeah, I can do that. Fucking how you do that?
What happened?
Bot.
Of course.
Oh, there you go.
I see. Okay.
Oh no, I didn't mean a timeout ban. There we go. Gotcha. There we go.
Yeah, because you can't really delete messages and directly. You kind of have to just ban the person or time them out, which is a little stupid with Twitch. YouTube, I think you can. You could like delete the actual message.
Oh yeah. Anyways, back to the song.
Yeah, back to what we're here for. Yeah. Who was in the middle of talking?
I think you were talking first.
Oh yeah, with turning out. Yeah, turning out. It's just a series of songs about growing up, and part 3 is particularly talking about married life and how you kind of have to manage your expectations, because if you don't, you could be disappointed with the outcome that was never going to happen in the first place.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, I haven't obviously since this is the first time I ever listened to an AJR album in full. I've never listened to parts 1 and 2, but part 3 in particular, the way I saw it was like the singer reflecting on past relationships and how sometimes it just may never be, despite having that feeling. But even then, even getting the message, I just found it boring.
Yeah.
Like I like me some slow songs, you know.
Yeah.
What's that one Wanna Smell song in that sinking one?
Little Motel.
Yeah, Little Montella. Yeah, that one. That was that slow. That one has that slow tone, but I love it with how it's executed. But with this one, I just found it really boring, and the lyrics didn't help for me either. I just found those pretty cringe.
Like cringe, like you actually like are cringing, or cringe like kind of corny.
The corny cringe.
Yeah, the corny cringe. Not
yeah,
like,
because there is a difference.
Cringing. Yeah, it's not like the some of those albums where it just literally does make you physically cringe, because we've had that sometimes on here.
Yeah,
I believe
yeah,
it.
for sure. But yeah, it's the corny kind of cringe, and I don't really like that.
It's not your cup of tea. I understand.
Yeah.
I find that kind of, you know, when the lyrics are corny, a little endearing, at least for me. You know, it's very much a thing where, because it's corny, you're kind of like, oh, that's funny. It's very, it kind of leans into that a bit. And yeah, I mean, I can't really say much else other than that.
Right.
You know, because they're corny, you kind of can relate to them a little bit more than regular. I say regular songs. Other kinds of songs, because they're not using like cliche wording or anything. It's like, you know, just how it is.
Right. Got anything else to add, Josh, before we move on to the next song?
No, but I do need to do something real quick.
Alright.
But yeah, that's where it got corny. I forgot. I've had stream avatars open the whole time, but I forgot to actually do the connect thing. Whoops.
What do you mean the connect thing?
Like for the stream avatars to show up, I need to press connect, and I forgot to do that.
Oh my god!
I didn't realize I had the angry avatar. Fuck.
Oh my god, you do.
I didn't realize that. Oh my god, I'm not angry at the album. I'm not angry at the album. I'm not angry at the album.
I said that like 5 times, and you didn't say anything.
Oh, oh fuck! I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I said it like 5 times, and then like you're just not saying anything in response.
Crap.
Yeah, that's for a couple tracks. Whoopsie.
Whoops. So anyways. Fuck, what was I gonna say? But back to next song. Hole in the Bottom of Your Brain.
Yes.
How did it get there?
Should we open with Josh this time?
Yes.
finally it's my time to sign. There's a hole in the bottom of his brain. I don't know. I didn't really like this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get what
Yeah.
it's trying to say, but I just couldn't really fully connect to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Same for me, honestly. Like, I know it's like about like, oh yeah, the hole in the bottom of of someone's brain could represent like someone's negative emotions and like, doing shit like partying or anything entertaining to like, you know, fill up the hole. But I didn't like it either. I didn't like thematically it's good, but like I found it's where like it's like what Josh said with starting out part 3. It's where it's I'm at the part where like the album got really corny for me, so I'm just like, oh wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
started to like kind of notice. Ooh, ew, ooga, ooga, ooga.
Booga 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 booga.
Yeah. With this song, I really do love the the melody and the music itself. It's
Mhm.
it's that kind of calming, soothing, um, and with the slow beat, it just kind of works for me, you know. And as we keep thinking with the theming about how the hole in the bottom of your brain is essentially like these negative emotions that kind of pull down your mood, and you know that they're bad, but you can't really do much about it. And the only thing you can do is really band-aid the issue. You can only bandage the issue. You can't fix the root of its core without uh, really looking into it.
Right.
Right.
Um, and with the whole line of like, oh, partying and when you're with me and all that. Yeah, because when this doesn't apply to everybody, but a lot of people find either having company um or do something like that just distracts them from the issue will solve the problem. And it does temporarily. The hole's gone. The hole in your brain is gone when you have that kind of band-aid thing to it. Band-aid when you kind of band-aid the issue. That's what I'm trying to say. You're just covering it up. You're not solving. Um, and this song like kind of shows what happens when you just kind of don't. You just kind of just keep going. It's a loop. The hole comes back, and you kind of have to deal with it again.
Mhm.
How to get there again, silly hole.
Yeah, I get what you mean with the song.
For sure, yeah. It's really it's just like that. And unfortunately, some people's the only solution they have is these small monetary um sol temporary fixes to their problem. Like they think, oh, I'm just gonna buy a new TV. I'm gonna pick up my mood. I'm gonna buy a game I want. I'm gonna do this. And unfortunately, that never solves the problem. It's always something that um
It's always temporary.
yeah, it's always a temporary fix. The only
Okay.
thing that will ever, I think, properly solve the problem would probably be you know going to a therapist or something. But that's irrelevant. That's something else to the song entirely. The song never mentions anything to that effect. Um, but yeah. In this case, it could be like a type of depression that maybe Alex is having or he had, possibly during COVID. Like maybe this was a song they were tinkering for a while, or they remember the times of COVID and being locked away in their homes. Um,
Mhm.
at least for me, if I don't suffer from depression, but I've had depression-like symptoms one time, and it was during COVID, and I haven't seen.
I'm sorry. I did a pretty good clutch.
I haven't seen anybody in like weeks, other than my parents. But I just felt like there was nothing to do. I just wanted to lay there and do absolutely nothing. Not even go on my phone. Not even not even do anything. And as soon as my mom realized that, she was like, "Hey, you should go out and say hi to my friend," because me and my friend at the time we like to go on walks. And I'll tell you, as soon as I came home, as soon as I went out to go on a walk with him, I felt a whole lot better when I came home. And so, even though this is like extremely mild, it was one time, I did get experience firsthand with what I think someone with depression experiences on almost a daily basis, from what I understand of what it is. And so because of that, I can kind of see where the song's coming from in that way. And I feel sorry for all those people who suffer from it, and are forced to have these monetary quick fixes. Yeah. But again, this is a little off topic, so let's get back to the music.
Right, alright, and next song is The DJ is Crying for Help. I'm gonna let Josh go first again, because why not?
Yeah, apparently this is a lead single. Wow.
Yes, this is, this and a couple others are singles before the album came out. Such as I Won't, The DJ is Crying for Help, a song later on.
Yeah, man, is this like the lead single, as in like the first single, like the big one? Usually, because the first one's the big one, usually.
I don't think it's the first one, actually. I think the first one was The DJ's Crying for Help.
If that isn't that what this is?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of I Won't in my head. I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought you were talking about I Won't. That was a massive brain fart on my end. No, the DJ's Crying for Help is the lead single that came out way before the album did. And yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just had a massive
No, you're fine, you're fine.
Yeah, it's the lead single. Then, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I don't have much strong again here. It's another song, despite being the lead single. The big promotional one.
Yeah, that's what I felt too. Like, it's definitely another song. It doesn't stand out for the rest of me, despite... I feel like this one's showing its hardest as well, especially with its, like, violins and the instruments. And like, oh, now you're really trying hard. But yeah, I don't really... I didn't see it. I didn't see anything stand out of this, pretty much. I just thought, that sounds very mainstream for me. Just kind of.
It sounds like very like lead single-y, especially too, which is also why I said that.
Yeah,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, it just sounds too generic for even for this album. It's just like, oh yeah, now it's just getting more generic to me.
Right.
Your thoughts, Frank?
The DJ is Crying for Help. What can I say that wasn't already, kind of said? It's a song that it kind of embodies the general themes about asking.
Sorry.
Well, actually, not really. Like, this is more of a song like asking for help. It's a song that you have to realize your weaknesses and who you are, and that's the whole idea. So again, I'll say it once and I'll say it again. It's just it plays with those themes. And being the lead single, it was the first kind of rendition of this idea, and I feel like you can hear that almost with the what is it? The you can kind of almost understand that when you compare this and the Maybe Man.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm sorry if I'm leaving a lot out. I'm really kind of I think like if I were to ever do this again with you guys, I should probably take notes like what Martin does.
Yeah, it leads me to remember things a lot because again, like some of the things I say are just straight up from my notes, so I'm just like, okay, yeah, that's what I thought, and that's what I'm gonna say here. But yeah, this one also has a music video, and it's kind of neat though. It doesn't connect too much with the song, just kind of like it's just like, oh wow, you can do visual effects. Whoever edits the videos, that's kind of nice. You got the. Actually, you want to say what you said about the music video, Josh?
They're reproducing asexually.
Yeah, yeah, with like clothing, like reproducing asexually, with like with like some rotoscope type shit, some keyframing type shit, all that stuff. It looks nice, and that's all I can say.
Yeah, they do a great job with it. Them running on site. I remember like watching behind the scenes for this, and just watching other people watch them run with the camera. It feels a little strange, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I mean that's kind of what happens when you film on site, especially in a public place.
Also, I did a bit of that guerrilla filmmaking.
Oh,
Oh my god, that's kind of neat.
yeah, I kind of have to. I actually have to listen to more Gorilla stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, Gorilla's pretty cool.
Hold on, gorillas is cool, but that's not what I meant by guerrilla filmmaking. I meant like it's like a term that's used to like basically like the filming on site without permission. That's
Oh,
that kind of gorilla. Oh yeah, that makes more sense.
Gorilla.
Yeah.
You see, that makes a lot more sense.
That's what I meant by guerrilla film.
I thought you were referencing the group.
No. But you should. But it is a good cue. But it's a good cue to say you should listen to more gorillas.
Yeah. We have on the show. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, good, really good stuff. But anyways, moving on to the next song, which is "I Won't."
You won't.
I won't.
You won't.
I won't.
I won't.
You won't.
I'm gonna go first. This one I almost liked. Like the rhythm was kind of cool, but it almost falls into the same problem I had with the DJs crying for help. I think this one's also a single. Well, yeah, it is a single. It was also a single.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, it's like that. Like both of them are singles, and both of them are the most generic sounding ones of the album to me. So I find that pretty funny.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, probably because they wanted their songs to kind of cycle around without an album. They kind of have to be on their own. And so by having it where they're kind of generic, it kind of leans into them being more universally liked. If that makes sense. It's easier for people to get into it and listen if you've never listened to an AJR song before.
It makes sense, but to me that doesn't sound like a good practice. Cause just like, oh yeah, it's like I can see through it. Like I don't see anything unique from it, but it's just like, oh yeah, that's not a good practice.
Yeah. I prefer
the whole idea, I'd imagine, is probably like just to get their song on the radio. So if there's songs on the radio, more people will listen to it and be exposed to their music. Like, I think that's the idea behind it. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Should they be generic? No. But I feel like if they're more generic, it's more likely their songs to be picked up by the radio stations, and for people who still listen to those, and have their music kind of exposed more than it already is by allowing this scope of people to listen to their music.
Yeah, I just prefer just like trying something with it and like hoping it succeeds, and then like maybe it
Right,
doesn't.
right.
It's like pretty cool when it does. And I feel like
Mhm.
sometimes it
Yeah.
can backfire if you make it like too generic.
Right,
Yeah,
like
for sure.
one group that greatly benefited from this was actually a very old group, Queen. You guys know their hit Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They took a risk with that. They wrote a 6 minute plus song, and the studio that they made songs for did not want to run it. They did not want to run the song on the radio. That was a 6 minute song, but they stuck to their guns, and sure enough, it's their one of their most known songs out there. Um, because it was so good and they had trust in their music, and they took a major risk by leaving their what's the word? Their manager. Is that the word? Leaving their
Higher ups.
yeah. Um, leaving the people who basically hired and commissioned them, and getting them a booth and everything. By ignoring him and leaving, they took a major risk with Bohemian Rhapsody, and it paid off because everyone loved it. I love it, and I don't know if you guys like Queen, but I do. And Bohemian Rhapsody is one of those amazing songs that they have. And so if you're playing, oh wow, what the fuck happened? And so if you're a new artist, or like an artist that's been around, you kind of know your footing, but let's say not many people know you. You kind of get that thing that thing where you kind of have to take a little bit of a risk, in order to get your name out there. If that makes any sense.
Right.
So yeah, I completely understand what you guys are saying. It's unfortunate that, in order to be picked up by the radio, you kind of have to play by their rules. And unfortunately, for a lot of artists, that means creating generic songs that the majority of people will enjoy, rather than doing something unique and new.
Yeah, I get that, but
I
it does actually
feel
just
like
revolve that it does revolve that back to as a problem for me with the song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
I'm
feel
not
like
saying it's not, I'm not
there's
saying it's not a
some
problem.
balance you
I'm just
can make
defending
of that.
why it sounds a little bit more on the generic side as a single.
Right.
Is it an excuse? No, but it is a reason, probably.
Yeah, I just feel like it. I feel like there's like some balance you can make with that. Like
Of course.
with I don't know if you've heard the song "Float On." I feel like that's a
No.
good balance.
Okay.
That's what I think. That's what like comes to mind.
Yeah, that comes. Funny enough, that comes to my mind too. Like, yeah, like Fallen is a big, huge radio hit, but it still has that unique sound that Modest Mouse has typically. And with again with I Won't, it doesn't stick out to me at all. It definitely caters to a radio hit as a single, and it's that's just it. It's just the song ever for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the song also has a music video. More
Wowie.
wacky editing tricks, and I did not want to. I did not need to see his fucking feet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got. I remember that because we were just like, he had like really big shoes in one scene, some like feet, and then he accidentally just had like his feet like pressed up on the fucking screen.
On the glass.
Yeah. It was such a fucking jump scare.
Yeah, we're just like, oh wow, okay.
Just like, oh wow.
I was quite pleased with them to show their bare feet like that. There are a lot of creeps out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, overall music videos fine. But next one, we're in the last 3 songs. Is Steve's. Wowie, Steve's going to London. I'm just gonna dice roll. Josh, you go first.
Why is he going to London? Is he stupid?
God damn it.
Right.
I'll give it credit here. I still don't care for it, but I do have to give it credit. It is like a comedy song, and it does have like some like nice. It does have like some nice flow if it's comedy, and it doesn't really sacrifice quality for it either, which has been a problem on the show before.
Yeah, I agree. It's just like I'm still neutral with the song, but yeah, like what you said, it is a comedy song. It's more so like a throwing shit out the wall to see what it's like kind of song. I get what it's going for, and I do. Again, I don't care for it, but I do see what it's going for, and I do. And like what you said, there's nothing of quality is really sacrificed despite that. And I will give it credit, especially since from what from what I've read, there are 6 tempo changes, so I am I'm pretty impressed with that.
Yeah.
That still like flows pretty well. So yeah, positive neutral on this.
Yippee!
I actually didn't pick up the fact that I had 6 tempo changes. That's funny.
I didn't.
Yeah, it was in like the Genius page. I think it was tweeted by one of the members. So yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
on to you, Frank.
Right. So yeah. Steve's Gone to London. It has to be one of my favorite songs from this album, just because of how silly and nonsensical it is, and it's at its core. You know, the whole beginning verse with Steve's going to London, Sean's stuck in his suit, Tom's sleeping on his best friend's lawn, and then the following verse is just like, you know, Dad peed in the pool, and Tom fell in love with fell for his best friend's mom. It's like, it's really silly and wacky that it's just like, why are all these things together in a song? I don't know, but does it work? Kinda. And why it works, it's because like when you have a bunch of things that don't connect in a song, they ironically connect with one another. And then you have this whole verse where Alex is discussing about how he's trying to write a song that's relatable, and it's like, oh, maybe I'll write a song about shoes because you can relate to that. But then, oh wait, I can't do that because no one's gonna care. But I need to find something relatable. And he goes through this discussion almost with himself, an argument, thing about how, oh, I need to find something relatable, but it can't be like, stop writing a song about writing a song. And that verse kind of comes out of nowhere, but it works for this nonsensical type of song. And also just the melody, again, song go burr, brain gets scratched, me likey, I just love the melody. I love how it all flows together in terms of the music track.
That's fair. Now we move on to the second to last song, which is God Is Really Real.
For real.
Real.
Yes.
I'll go first. That one I could actually say is pretty good. I get the emotions and things it's going for, especially since it's the about the brother's father, and him can't not being able to get out of bed, which is repeated all throughout the song. But yeah, it has a nice melody, it has a nice flow, pretty good lyrics too, and yeah, overall it was pretty good.
It's like a
Yeah,
pretty sweet way of going about it, honestly. Like it actually kind of, some of the lyrics decide the work. Like, oh, like just like kind of like, oh, it's just like not really being able to process the whole thing, and it's like,
yeah.
Yeah,
And because he's a songwriter and a artist, this is one of the major ways he knows how to process his emotions. And when you're dealing with an emotion as hard as possibly losing your father, um, it could most definitely help you get through it, and also help the person that you wanna discuss this with. Like
yeah.
the person who's in bed. You want to talk to them. You wanna um help them. You want to do all that, but sometimes you can't. Um, and it's a very sad song about that. Um, and the music video itself is literally just one of the brothers writing the lyrics as they come through, but it's like sped up in a really nice way, where it's a pleasure to look at, but it also
mm,
feels like it's a almost symbolic of like writing a letter to someone, or writing down in a journal about your general thoughts, and um how are you gonna handle this, how because some people use journals to process their emotions.
yeah,
um
Mhm. Yeah.
and this lends itself to that. um um and you can tell that they care a lot about their father throughout the song, and it's even a little comedic, because you kind of need comedy in these times of sadness, um where he they're mentioning, oh, like, oh, we can sneak you out with your meds, you can be a roadie for us, like, you don't have to be in the best health, but we can, like, bring you along with us for the trip. um yeah, but other than that, it's like, when you're dealing with these emotions, some people go to like every everything that they can to look for hope. And that's where the title of the song comes through, where God is really real. Where one of the lyrics says this the best, where it's just like, God is really real, so long as you believe it. or
Mhm.
or as well as karma appears when you start believing it, no time before. um and it's really like, that's the powerful part of the brain. You're looking for these emotions. You're looking for a way to express and look for help, but sometimes you can't. um and that's where this kind of comes in.
Mhm.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
along with that, um it's just a good solid song to help one self reflect on your own life and what you're dealing with, you know um because some people unfortunately don't have that opportunity to self reflect. And
Right.
and due to that, by listening to this song, you can kind of project yourself in the brothers' shoes. um and like, oh shit, by listening to this, you're thinking to yourself, oh, what about my family? What is my family doing? Am I taking every chance I get while I still have these people? Now, obviously, not everyone's families are the best, and I'm very sorry for those people. um but you know what, for those who have that connection, I'm sure when your parents pass, or if they have, it's very hard. And so you can kind of self-project that through this song, and it helps. It helps with some people.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's
I'm sorry if I'm spouting nonsense and I'm not making.
No, it's fine.
You're
It's,
fine, you're
it is.
fine.
No, no,
Good.
you're fine. You're fine. I get where you're going with the song.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to the final song of the album. There are no bonus songs, thankfully, but the last song
Thankfully.
is I said thankfully, but
You did.
2085 is the last song of the album.
Yeah, and that's about being in 2085. Do you think Garfield reviews will make it to 2085?
Fuck, how old would I be in that time? I'm like 20, so 22. No.
Just no.
Yeah, we're all gonna be in our 80s still doing this.
Fuck, that's a scary thought.
Like we all just get on Discord when we're all like 80, and it's just like what? There it is. What?
I still ain't tell y'all.
Imagine we still do after all those years.
That'd be really funny.
Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, it's a good song to bookend the entire album as a whole, because it plays with those same themes that were played through the entire song, and especially the Maybe Man being a bookend to that story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For me, thematically, it's nice. It comes full circle with the album and everything, but hasn't fully accepted himself for what he really is. Where especially when compared to the main man, where it's just like questioning it. Musically, it's okay. It's an alright ending to this album, and that's all I have to say.
Yeah, no, I literally can't say anything else that you haven't literally just said. It's a good song as a bookmark to the album and the Maybe Man. Maybe if you listen to the Maybe Man and then 2085 in quick succession, you can listen to 2085 in isolation, but you still need that. It's its own, it can be listened to on its own, but it's most effective as a album bookmark. Not bookmark. End mark.
Right.
Bookend. Yeah.
What are we gonna say, Josh?
Yeah, this is, the, S to this album self. Yeah, it's about, coming to, like, kind of, kind of bookmarking the end and, like, kind of like maybe I don't really need to find out who I really am, just like self and S. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I see the comparison, but that one, but with the main man, I just feel a little bit less towards. I don't.
I do that too. I feel like it's alright. I just found it really funny to say that.
Yeah. Yeah. And now we've reached the end of the album.
Indeed, we did.
Wow, an hour and a half discussing. That's more than I thought for this one.
Well, when you have 12 songs plus 3 people discussing, it is a little longer.
Fair.
Because how many songs do you guys normally cover?
We usually cover a little more, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But let's take turns. Josh, your overall thoughts of the album?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, not pretty good. Wait, I got mixed up with Selfless actually. Whoopsie, sorry, Frank. Honest mistake, actually. I thought I didn't personally care for it, but I could see why someone would.
Alright,
Whoopsie.
for my closing thoughts, it was okay. A little on the mid side, but it's okay. It does have some really good. It does have some pretty good ideas. Thematically, it's pretty good with like themes of like existentialism, finding oneself and whatnot. But in execution, in terms of the actual music, I didn't really like it fully. Like it's some songs sound a little too mainstream, some songs are a little too corny, but there is some good stuff in there. It's just
Yeah,
like what Josh said. It's not for me.
it just didn't hit the mark quite with like its existential themes for me. It just doesn't fully get there.
Yeah, same. All right, Frank, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, when you have an album about existentialism, it's really hard to get it right. And I feel like as a theme, it works really nicely. But when you take a look at the individual songs and you're not paying attention to the theming, it can kind of fall flat. For those who don't like the music for the music. Um, Obviously there are some good ones where like, oh, I can tell where the themes are for this song. I don't need the entire album as context. But for some of them you do kind of need the entire album as context. And for that, it is a little bit hard to recommend this album if you're not into the music. Um
Mhm.
but if you can like get through it as you guys did, and I appreciate you guys sticking out and keeping open minds throughout the entire thing. Um it's a little hard for some people, but it is worth it if you like AJR as a group. There are good songs, um, and even a song like Steve's Going to London. You know, you can keep that song isolated from the themes of the album and still love it, still enjoy it, just for its silly nature. Or Touchy Feely Fool, kind of the same thing. It's like more upbeat. It's more, sure, it shares that sentiment of the idea. It shares that sentiment of the existentialism, but you can kind of isolate it as well and see it for a separate song. Um,
Mhm.
the Maybe Man works as its own song, that being, the album title card to the title song.
Sorry, Garfield moment.
Um, it does work as its own song, but it also works as a great opening to the rest of these songs as well. So when you listen to it straight through, you're taken on this journey through the psyche and the thoughts of these writers. Um, it just as many AJR songs. They tell a story with their music. They don't just write songs. They tell stories with their songs. So overall, I like it, but I'm sure there are better albums that I like from them, such as OK Orchestra, which personally I think the music lands better in. But in no means is this album bad for me. I will load up this album a lot, even still.
Yippee!
That's fair. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, just one more race and then it's on to the ranking.
There's
Yeah.
there's one more thing we need to do real quick.
Oh.
Yeah, we gotta figure out who wins the crown of barbed wire in this real Scott.
Oh yeah. Uh. 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 Me, cause I don't fucking know. I just find the music video
Nah,
funny.
I think it should be me.
You.
Well, why is it you, Josh? Huh? Or
Because
why is it
because I make the show and I think that's pretty cool.
You make what?
I make the show, the series.
The series. So confused what you're saying. Yeah, no, you run this gig.
Yeah. I think I should get it for my hard work and sacrifice on the series.
Yeah, but it's also but I also should win because I changed the course of history with your astral chain.
That's exactly why you shouldn't win, because you made me listen to Tally Hall for my birthday pick, by the way.
Fuck.
And I let you listen to Dawn FM for that.
Double fuck.
You know, I
Fucking
think I should win because I was the guy who brought up. I'm the guest here. The guest should clearly win.
Okay, but here's the thing: you weren't the first guest.
Yeah,
You're right, of course.
you were the second guest.
Of course.
Oh fuck! I almost slipped on that fucking pie. You know what this winner of the crown by wires determined with who wins this fucking race, and it's not me. Wait a minute, it's me! Yes!
Killing myself. Whoa. No, that's the wrong. Wow.
LMFAO! That was the crown! Oh, barbed wire!
Enjoy getting your head all cut up.
Here you go. Get the crown of barbed wire. Oh no, you're bleeding everywhere. You're bleeding everywhere.
Oh, don't worry. It happens. It happens. It hurts, but it's cool.
It hurts, but it's cool.
No more Garf. No more Garf. We rank.
Man, I want to win the crown of barbed wire. I want the crown of barbed wire.
You know what? You know what? I'll let you have it. I'll let you have the crown of barbed wire.
Yippee! Yippee! Oh, owie, oh, owie, oh god, that hurts. I don't like that, actually. I don't like that.
Okay, but Josh, but it's the crown of barbed wire.
Yeah, it's so tight, this crown of barbed wire. So tight.
Well, at least I'm not in pain anymore.
Yeah, I think your guys' PNG tubers might really get fucked if I can even. I don't want to stream share the stream avatars. What the fuck? Can I stream share something else?
Go screen
Google
share
Kart.
mozzarella Firefox. Oh,
There we go. Yeah, yours kind of got messed up there because it's not meant for that. You're fibby glitching right now. It's not meant for two people.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, 3 people, I should say. Yeah, let's see here.
Alrighty.
Time for the ranking.
The
Philip,
ranking.
you rank maybe, man.
Maybe I'll put it around. I want to say above Pitbull Shark House.
Okay, but does it have the Trackhouse car?
It doesn't. You're right.
Exactly.
You see, I have no context to any of these other albums, so I really can't have my 2 cents about this.
Yeah, I was expecting it so.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like pretty much every guest episode.
Yeah. Where would you put it, Josh? Actually,
I'd say below Trackhouse, and I'm not kidding.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Alright. Wow, what a wacky album review. Now mine's going wacky, but at least it's not Fippy glitching.
I just noticed mine. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's because it's not meant for two people here. It kind of breaks
It,
when, for free
it, look,
on there, it kind of breaks when that happens.
that's really funny. It looks like it looks like I got decapitated. I don't know. I hanged myself.
POV, listen to Marvin's.
You didn't like the album, chop off your head.
Oh my god.
You, sir, you have to like the album or else you'll die.
You will die.
But yeah, next time on Garfield Kart album reviews, it's the beginning of Garf Summer.
Oh shit.
Who doesn't love Garf Summer?
I love Garf Summer.
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
it's our plan for December because that's when we decided to make this a real show, even though the first episode was before that. And I had the plan for the beginning of Garf Summer here. I wanted to adapt that one like stream I did before Garfield Kart existed with the tier list stuff for the YouTube recap,
uh-huh.
but I'm not quite sure how because we can't really make a tier list and do Garfield Kart.
Not really, no.
But yeah, what's gonna be the first episode of Garf Summer?
That's what I was saying.
Oh, that thing?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. But yeah, that's gonna be the next episode for Garfield calendar reviews.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, who Golden Casket reference, who doesn't love that album? Yeah. Stay tuned where we will actually figure it out in the Golden Casket way.
Mm.
Yeah, that's about it. See